the lights, so it's a little bit lighter. Um,
Oh, it looks good. Looks great.
Perfect.
Where are you joining us from this morning?
I'm calling from Dallas, Texas
Oh,
here.
nice. Okay, that's where you live right now, right? You
Yeah, I live here.
yeah. Yeah. So thank you for taking some time here to join us in Vancouver, Canada. Have you been to Vancouver?
My nephews used to live in حبیبینا کجا بودن؟ In Canada. They were in Canada. They were in Toronto.
Oh, the other side of the country. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Idea.
And 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 you grew up in Iran?
I did. I grew up in Tehran the first 8 years of my life. Almost, it was like 8.5, 9. I was finished second grade, but I also started school when I was 5.5. I was in first grade. So I was already by seventh grade. I was like 7.5. I was already doing third grade.
Oh, no
So
shit. Wow.
and we went to Turkey when I was 8, and I was in Ankara for a year. So I was waiting for my paperwork to go to Germany. And I was learning how to speak Turkish, and I had a lot of Turkish friends. So because I was so young, I was just picking up languages so quickly. And my mom stayed with me, and then she had to go. Then my brother was with me for a couple months, and yeah, it's been quite a journey to be
No
where I am.
kidding.
So, and
Yeah,
then
just was reading your bio this morning, and was that a tough decision to leave? And I mean, you moved to Germany, but you moved in with your sister. It's not like you just left and like see you later. But was
no,
that a hard decision for you to leave your parents and stuff? And
parents, I didn't. My father passed during the Persian Revolution, 79, and I was 6 months old. I had just been born. So he died, and my mom was left with all the 13 kids by herself, and I was her baby. Um, so yeah, I was a mama's girl. It was really hard, but my four of my brothers and sisters had left like 4 years prior. They went to Germany, so I hadn't seen my siblings in so long, and I had missed them, and I was very close to them. So I was alone. I was just like, I didn't have any play buddies. I had to like, I had my friends, neighbors, and stuff, but it was tough decision. And I really missed my mom because I was a mommy's girl, and I had to move in with my sister, and my paperwork came. Then I went to Germany, and I was there for 4 years. But I adapted really nicely. I loved Germany so much. I had the best time of my life because I was an adult. I was taking myself to school with the Straßenbahn. It's like a train that comes like every 2 minutes. Nobody talk like everyone is like so polite. They're all dressed like business clothes or school. Nobody bothers you. It's so safe. Yeah, so I was taking myself from point A to point B. I was super independent. And I learned how to speak fluent German, and I made a lot of friends, and I started tennis, and I really loved it, and I was getting very good at it, and where they wanted to take me to be like compete professionally.
oh
And
wow.
so my life changed. And then I came to America when I was 14, and my paperwork finally came. And I remember packing my stuff. I was praying every day to come to US because I wanted to be reunited with my brothers and sisters. And it was like the best day of my life. Finally got my ticket. My sister was sad. She didn't want me to go. She said, it's your choice, but your life will change when you go there. I just want to make sure you're ready for that. And I said, you know what, I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to go because I need to be with my mom. I needed to see my mom again. So I went to John F. Kennedy Airport, New York, straight flight from Frankfurt. And so then I, get there, and then there's like these two officers that were like 6'7", and I don't know why they sent the tallest people they had. And I was just like, and I just looked at them. I was like, I froze. I only spoke German and Farsi, and they were speaking English to me, and they're like, welcome to America. I don't know what they're saying. And I was just like so scared. They're like, it's okay. We'll take you. I just knew a few words, and I said, okay, thank you. They took me to the immigration. I waited for an hour, and then they handed my green card in my hands. It was the best day of my life. I mean, I was just so excited, and they put me back on a plane. It was an hour flight to Baltimore from New York, and my family was waiting there for me. And just brings
What
back memories.
a great story, Shab. Like, it is truly remarkable.
Thank you. Thank you. I think so.
Yeah. And so 12 brothers and sisters, do you know all of their names still, or? Holy crap, that's a lot of kids in one family. Are any of them musically inclined as well, or?
My brother Shahab, actually, his stuff is on YouTube. If you put Shahab, it means shooting star in Farsi, Shahab.
Okay.
And he's the one that, because of him, I was love to sing. I think I was just like shy, and then I didn't know that you can get vocal coaches, or you can take lessons. And my mom was like, you need to go to law school, you need to do this, but I was like, I'll just marry a lawyer. Do I need to be a lawyer? you know, with a lawyer, but he doesn't practice. I mean, he did merger and acquisition, big stuff in New York. I mean, back in the day, 20 years ago, he was charging like $1,000 per hour. It's
Oh no
ridiculous.
shit. Wow. Wow.
Yes, yeah. Now it would probably be 10,000 an hour. It's and so anyway. But yeah, my family, we always liked to sing. We always had music on in the house. We always like did little dance competitions, and but yeah, it's been quite the journey, and I'm just really grateful for all of it. I'm grateful for all my mentors, my friends, people that I have met along the way that gave me strength and told me that I can do it. And I also thankful to the people that told me I can do it, because
Yes, of
those are the
course.
push you more. They're like, you said no, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, it's almost like you take the energy from those and like really you turn it around quicker than you would positive energy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, you become an alchemist of your life, and you
Yeah.
all these energies, and you turn them into something beautiful and positive. So
Yeah. So your brother kind of sort of got you down that road a little bit then? Like, so what was the music as a kid in Iran? Like, i- is there tons of music being played? Like, what are you listening to as a little kid?
back in the day, I had a lot of older brothers and sisters. I mean, I have a brother that's probably like, he's what, 68. So
Oh, wow.
um, yeah, it's a big gap. And they would play ABBA, they would play the Jacksons, they would play a lot of disco stuff. I heard everything. I mean, I was exposed to so many different types of styles of music. And then, of course, I went to Turkey, and we always loved the Middle Eastern beat. And then went to Germany. I was exposed to more like the pop and dance and, techno and a little bit of this stuff here there. I'm like, oh my God, I never heard this kind of stuff before. This is so cool. It's like discovering a new genre.
Sure.
And that's why my music is so diverse, and I have a little bit of everything, because I'm like, I don't want to just stick to one genre. It's world pop for me. That's what I love, because
Mhm.
it's just so diverse.
Right.
Yeah. But
And what was the first concert that you went to?
oh wow, I wasn't allowed to do anything for the longest time until probably like I was in my late 20s, because my family's very strict. So my first concert was
Wow.
believe it or not, it was probably J Lo. My girlfriend took me. It was for Mother's Day, my Mother's Day present. My daughter is 6 now, and she was like maybe a year and a half when she was here 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever, at the
Mhm.
American Airlines, and that was my first concert.
Wow.
At yeah, yeah, in my
And
late 30s.
okay, yeah. So like, what stands out from that night?
She's always been someone I looked up to, because I was like, oh, I can do this stuff. I think when you see someone you just like connect to, and you relate to them, you relate to their style, you relate to their singing. And I was like, oh my God, like I could do those things. And it was a big inspire. She's been a big part of my inspiration. And then you just evolve, and then you learn about all these different artists, and then you have your own art, and you create your own story. Um, but it was an amazing feeling. I was on cloud nine. I was just like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. And my album hadn't even come out yet, my first album, Infinite Love. And after seeing that, I was just like, I had all this like extra like drive and energy. I was like, I can do this one day. I can do this one day, So it was God. God was giving me like a glimpse of like what I can do, and it's about sharing energy. It's about bringing the community together, and using your fame as a not a self-served fame, but rather self-serving fame, because we're here to give our gifts away, not to keep them for us.
It really is incredible what music does to people. Hey,
So transcending, and
it's amazing.
I remember during the war, even in Iran, like there was bombs and sirens, and we would just turn the music even louder, and we're just like, you know what? If it happens, if the bombs come now, let's just go. Like, I mean, if it happens, it happens. At least we have music on, and it's loud. We're dancing. We're loving each other. If this is God, it's our life is in your hands. But if you want to give us another day of life, we'll take it.
Right. Wow.
Just fear certain things that we just unknown of, but it's not fear. It's just the unknown.
Yeah. What is the music scene like in Dallas?
It's very vibrant. I mean, I think we get a lot of concerts out here, and I don't really get to go out like that because I have two little ones, and I'm more of a homebody, but I also love going out when I do. It's pretty good. Dallas is a really fun place to be. I love the weather. It doesn't get too cold. Like it does get cooler, like maybe January, February, towards like for like a month and a half, and then it warms up again in March, and then you have warm weather for like 8 months. It's really nice here. I really love it here. There's so much fun stuff to do. There's an area where it's a lot of they do live shows and acoustic, and I really love acoustic. So we're starting to do a lot of more acoustic stuff with my team. So it's just so intimate, and it's like raw. It's just your voice. The music is not cutting through, but it's just acoustic, and I love acoustic. It's just so beautiful.
Oh, that's cool. And when did you start like taking music serious? How old were you think?
I think like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Okay.
Because I always loved music, but I think professionally, like I'm like, this is not a hobby. People are like, I'm like, no, this is a business. This is something I wanna grow into creating. Eventually, maybe become the poster child of getting all the keys. I have a few more keys left. I've already collected many keys, many keys, and if I just collect the rest of them, I can go through that door and I can let other people in, so I can help them make their dreams come true. Like,
I love your positivity, by the way. I love it. And so, like, only 5 years, but like so how do you work with an award-winning producer? What's his name? Damon Sharp, I think, right? I think I remember reading that. Like, how does that happen? How does that fall into your lap, so to speak?
God has always been so good to me. I pray for things and I have it. I'm telling you, like, that's why I'm wearing my shirt, pray more, less. And it's just been the motto of my life. I mean, whenever I've been down on my knees, I'm just like, I can't take this anymore. God, I need you to give me a sign. And I'm grateful, all of that, but I'm just ready. Just something happens, or I find somebody. I just went, my son was 3 months old, and I just went on the computer and I typed in, and then his name popped up. And before that, I said, God, if you still want to give me that gift, I'll take it. Because I was still thinking about it, and I love being a mom, but I had nothing else to do. My baby's sleeping all day. I was like, maybe I can work on some music while he's sleeping, and, because I'm going to be home anyway. And then I found him, I messaged him, and he didn't message back right away because it was on IG. He said, I'm sorry, I'm not really active on this. Here's my email. What is your cell? What you're looking for? And I described Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, back in the day, like this is like almost 6 years ago. No, actually, 6 years. And then he messaged me back. He said, hey, I didn't hear from him for a month. And I was a busy new mom. I didn't think anything by it. I was like, God is taking care of it. I always say that. I'm like, God is taking care of it. And then next thing you know, I get a song. He's like, hey, what do you think of the song? And it was called Down to the Wire. And it's actually the last song of of the album, Infinite Love. And that's just the way things work. And then after that, he sent me another song. And I talked to my husband. He's like, how did you find this guy? I was like, I don't know. And he's like, do you...
Like, when I read that, I was like, well, how do you get involved in that? And like, what a crazy story. What a crazy story.
singer, songwriters, producers, and then his name popped up. I'm like, oh, good. He looks like he's married. He has a wife. He's safe, and he looked like I can tell people by their picture, not to judge, but I feel energy. It's amazing. I've had always a gift where I can feel someone. I'm like, this is good. This person is good for me. Anyway, but yeah, that happened, and he looked him up. He's like, do you even know who he is? I was like, no. I was just happy to find somebody to work with. He said he's Jennifer Lopez, My Love Don't Cost a Thing. I mean, I'm sorry. My Love Don't Cost a Thing. So I was like, great, let's go, And the third song, I said, hey, Damon, I have an idea. I never wrote music before. I never professionally studied it, but I'm actually just kind of dabbling into music a little bit. Now I have a little bit more time. And I sent him my lyric ideas. He's like, Shab, these are great. I'm like, I don't know. I was just dabbling. And he's like, no, this is good. It's in your genes. And so when I said, I would love to do something with Middle Eastern and pop, with the belly dancing beat, he's like, oh my God, let's do it. So we had Spell on Me, which is in the desert. The music video, it was incredible. I mean, it was my first music video. We're driving in 6 a.m. in the morning, and there's like, I don't know, 10 tents with like 60 people. And I was just like, oh my God, I was like, holy moly, like what is going on? I had to drive this crazy car in the desert. And then we were tracing the sun because the sun was leaving, and we didn't leave the set till 12:30 at night. We started at 6 a.m. It was like a 13-hour, 14-hour shift. And I'm not scared of work. I love to work. I love being, to be useful, doing something with myself. Even when I'm in the house, I'm like, okay, what do we need? What do I need to do? I love being active. I love contributing, adding value, and, doing something good. So.
And you release your version of Santa Baby tomorrow. That's got to be exciting.
I'm so excited. I love Christmas. I'm actually starting Christmas early this year. I've already started my shopping. I
think I've started a little bit as well.
Yeah, it's just last year I wasn't in the spirit. Like I was going through my own stuff, but as soon as Christmas came, I was like, okay, but this year I'm definitely ahead of the game, and I'm really excited about that song. I sang it in my own style. I try to see like, what style do I like? And I was like, you know what? I want to do a Marilyn Monroe, kind of like sexy, cute, but with Erica too, just something like, I don't know. I just wanted to do it my own style. And when I thought about it, I was like, I think this is the best Christmas song to do. And eventually we want to do an album. And I want to have involved, maybe do background singing with the Charlie Brown, like Holy Night and things like that. So.
Oh, that's great. Shab, why do you think that more artists don't release Christmas music? Because there's just not enough, I don't think. Like, what is it about Christmas music?
I think maybe they just, because Christmas is such a short period, but it's also people play, like, look at Mariah. I mean, she's done such a good job. Michael Bublé,
Sure.
A lot of people don't do it. Maybe they're not I don't know. Again, this could be a complete guess. Maybe they're like not into the Christmas thing the way other people are that love Christmas, or they just really want to take the holidays off and just not go and perform.
Yeah.
Maybe want to kind of like chill for like that couple weeks and then just go hard again after Christmas.
Yeah.
Or it could be that they don't like Christmas.
It could be that too, yeah.
Grinch likes Christmas. Okay, let's get something straight. He does not like people. He loves Christmas. He just doesn't like people.
He's like everybody else, just doesn't like people.
Yeah, I love all kinds of people. I just don't like negative energy. It's not the people, it's the energy. You have to protect the energy. I would say that.
Yeah, I agree. What are you asking Santa for this year?
I just want peace. I just want peace for me. I want peace for the world, because you know what? Everything else can come. Peace and health is the most, as I'm getting wiser in life, I don't ever use the word old, because old is like it's just, I think age is a state of mind, and we use the word, I'm getting old, or I'm getting like, I'm 23 years old, I'm 23 years young. It's just, our words are so powerful. We have to be very careful how to use that. But you just be happy, just spread some good energy into the world. Just even if you don't want to do it, just smile at somebody, open the door. It doesn't cost you anything to say thank you, you're welcome. And by being a good person, God sends you so much more. I always say, let your blessings bless others. I don't want everything from you. What am I going to do with all the money in the world? It's about like learning how to balance that and help other people. Because how does God answer our prayers? And I told this to my husband. He was like, how did you come up with this? I'm like, I don't know. I told him, I said, it is, when God blesses us through other people, because God works through us vessel. Like let's say you want something, but someone comes and gives that gift to you. You're like, oh my God, I just got this concert in UK and it's going to open all these doors for me. And who did that? God whispered in someone's ear. And our prayers are answered through other people. That's what I always say that. Because it really is. Because what is God is going to come from heavens, be like, Shab, here's your, it doesn't work that way. God lives through all of us.
Yeah.
And he works mysteriously through all of us. And, he might just, there's a nod, or even the fact you took my interview today. You're like, God maybe whispered in your ears, just check her out. Wow, she has a good story. She's a good person. I mean, I want to chat with her. You don't know.
I work with your PR company quite a bit with this podcast over the years. And when they sent it over, I was like, oh, this is cool. It's a great story. You've got great music. Like, it's a no-brainer as far as a podcaster's concerned. Like, it's a no-brainer.
I really do appreciate it whenever I get interviews. And doesn't matter if they have 3 followers. I don't care. I just had an interview with a 7-year-old, and she was so delightful, and she's sorry if I'm not asking the question. I was like, no, you're doing such a great job, girl. And she was like, oh, thank you. You make me feel so good. You gotta just be helping each other.
Oh, that's great. Last thing around Christmas, what's the best Christmas movie?
Well, I love Passion of the Christ, because I just want to remember the meaning of it and why we really celebrate it. That's like a really heartfelt, and I always cry and I can't stop, but as far as a Christmas movie, I don't really, I love the Snoopy one. I think it's so cute, because he's just so nonchalant, and it's just, he's like Snoopy. He's like, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
I think those Snoopy episodes are so cute. And I don't know, which one is your favorite? I haven't really thought, I haven't watched.
I have no idea. There's so many good ones. I love Elf with Will Ferrell.
Elf is good. I love that one too. And I watch it, yeah.
Can't get away from European or the Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase. Those are super funny movies.
They're good too. So yeah, I mean, if it's a serious one, Passion of the Christ, and then for the stuff, the other ones that you have mentioned. Thank you, because I was forgetting their names too.
Yeah, I know, right? You put on the spot, you're like, I can't even remember the. What are you binge watching lately?
Oh, Dark Matter.
Oh.
It's on Apple. It's mind-boggling, and it's all these different versions of you. And so one maybe took a wrong route, and it's changes your whole life, and then you try to find all these different versions, and then it's my dog. Shh! Stop it! Stop it! Sorry. Stop! Shh! Hey! Sit down. Let me give him a treat. Hey, because the guy is outside. Hey, sit down.
What kind of dogs do you have?
They are boxers. Say hi. Hello. Hello. Hi. That's they're two. Okay, so they're named after boxers. That's Fraser, and that's Spencer has the one there. So they're named after 2 boxers.
Oh, nice. Yes, of course.
Spencer and Fraser.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, here.
Oh, that's cute.
Don't bark.
I've got a golden retriever.
Those are, you know what? They're a little bit, this one is not full boxer. He can be really aggressive, and he's bitten 2 people already.
Oh, no way.
The poor Amazon guy, because I think he has something else in him. I think not Rottweiler, bulldog. He's like, because his schnauz is long and the other one, the boxers are flat. This one has been giving us a lot of trouble, and we had them both as puppies. And that's what gets me sad, because we never abused them. We never did anything. I mean, we treat them like our own babies, you know? So it makes me sad that he has a lot of aggression in him because of his bloodline.
Take him to like puppy training and stuff like that too, right?
I send them to puppy train. I spent $5,000, $2,500 each, but I didn't. When they gave me like the shocker, and I was like, I don't want to shock them.
Shock your dog, like
I wanted you to like teach them like to be good dogs, and they were away for 2 weeks, and it was a waste of my time, but it's okay. But the other one, they're getting better. I have a friend that's here from California, and he has a German Shepherd, and he's been training them and helping them. They sense fear. They smell fear. If you're scared of them, they will come after you. And I had this happen a couple times when someone was scared of dogs. The two people that got bitten, they were scared of dogs, so scared. They almost smell fear, and they bite you. So
for sure. No, they definitely smell fear. Yeah,
they smell fear, and so you can't be scared of them. You just have to. And they don't like certain people, and I can look at the person. I'm like, yeah, I can just feel their energy too, or look at them. I'm like, you can tell someone is a good person or a bad person. I'm not trying to judge. It's not about judgmenting or being judgmental. It's about feeling energy. And again, look at someone's photography or photo. I'd be like, I can tell if their energy, what their energy is like. If they're a good person or bad, and I'm not again judging, but I can sense it. I can tell from the photo. It's just, I have that gift. So
I think a lot of people can kind of feel that too, especially certainly like when you meet somebody in person.
Right?
All that.
Yeah, it's again not judging, but you feel energy. It's about their energy. It's not about who they are and what they look like. That could be blue, black. It doesn't matter. Pink, right? You know, it's just energy. So
no, I agree. All right, Shab, I'll respect your time. I just want to talk about one last thing with you, and I want to talk about the charity that you're working with, Choose Love.
Yes.
How did you choose them? What are they about?
Choose Love helps refugees to, because I know how hard it is to come to a new country as a refugee, and this album it's really dedicated to, it's my story. It's my one suitcase. It's called One Suitcase, and I have a song called One Suitcase. And if you look up Dallas, Austin, and Nos Tokyo, they helped me write this song, and it's such a beautiful song, and it makes me tear up. I mean, if this song doesn't win a Grammy, I don't know which song will, because it's one of those deep. I mean, I cannot wait for you to hear it. And so the reason we chose Choose Love is because I wanted to, and part of my all of my proceeds, 100% of my proceeds, and I know I have writers, producers, they'll get their share, whatever, this album will make, but whatever my part is, it goes straight, all of it. I talked to my husband, I started crying when he said, is that something that you want? Is that okay? I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? We're both very giving people, and we help a lot of people. We also have a charity here that's local. It's called Hope Supply for homeless mothers and kids. It helps with essential needs and things like that. And so the Choose Love is for refugees, and my other passion that I would like to help, because when you first come here, you're disbobbled and dispositioned, and you left everything behind. And it's like literally in a suitcase. You're living off a suitcase. And it could be somebody moving to another city or country. It doesn't have to be different country or refugees. I mean, anybody can relate to this song. But I just love to help people that are, that are struggling in that way, and just to be the ray of light and hope for them. And to know that you're not alone. There's people, we are never alone. We have so many people, you have so many prayers behind you, you have so many people that love you. You might not see them, but they're there. Something that sometimes goes in life wrong, and then it just works it out because there's people that love you, that pray for you. and they want you to do good in life because they're rooting for you. And not just in this world, not just in our visible world, but in the visible realm. It's just like electricity. We don't see how it works, certain things we don't see it, but it's there. And that's just the way I think of those people. I just want to be a ray of light and hope. And hey, there's people like me that are willing to help. And, I mean, this album was made with love, tears, and sweat, and a lot of work. And so, but I'm just really honored to be able to do this for them.
Yeah,
And
that's beautiful that you're giving all of your, profits to that too. And like it goes back to what you said earlier. Like, do you need all the money in the world? The answer is no, you don't. I
you
think that's
don't.
great.
You don't. And it's just nice to be able to be in that position, to be able to help other people. And
Yeah,
I just want to take everyone with me. I'm like this big spaceship, and I'm like, let's all go. Not leaving one man behind.
I love it. Okay, last thing I want to ask you, if you can do it, pick one career highlight. Can you narrow it down to one thing?
Yes, definitely. I would say my tours in the UK.
Hmm.
I felt like a real artist. The first time I went on a tour, I remember I was really scared. I was prepared, but I wasn't as prepared as I thought I would have been. And it was with Anastasia. She canceled a lot of tours. I mean, that could have been a really amazing tour for me. But because she canceled a lot of Germany. And Germany, I grew up in Germany, and I had my speech in German, and I couldn't wait to go back and tell the German people how much I appreciate them, how much I love them. It's my beloved Germany, because I was the first country that accepted me as a refugee. I'm so grateful, just going back and just giving them love and being thankful, and my beloved US, of course. But my last tour that I did with JLS, I've done 4 tours so far, and 2 of them were like arena tours. My first arena tour, and I did 18 shows, and I was up there for a good 40 minutes, and it just was this amazing energy, and it's incredible to be able to be prepared. That God gives you that energy to go and sing your music and finally share it with the world is the greatest gift and blessing in the world, to be able to do what you love, because your spirit is alive and you're sharing all these things with the people that, your fans that you love, and, you all exchanging energy. And it's such a beautiful thing. That's was
great.
the highlight of it. I was prepared. I was on the Stairmaster every day for 2 hours,
Yeah.
and and I was just like, you know what, I want to go be prepared. I want my voice to be prepared. I want myself to be prepared. And I was prepared, and I was really proud of the shows that I did, and I was ready. So
That's great. Do you find it hard to live in the moment, like as the show's happening, or is it like blink of an eye, holy man, I'm backstage again? How did that happen?
yeah, that's what it was. It was one of the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Don't get me wrong, because we were in the bus, and then we would literally travel overnight and get to the other location and be going straight to the arena to change. I don't see anything. And then we get back in the bus, and then we're in the bus for 3-4 hours, and then I'm stretching my back and it's hurting. It's like, because you're sitting, so we get out and go to the station. There's gas stations, so you have to pick like healthy stuff to eat, because there's McDonald's and there's this and that. I'm like, oh. So it's constantly making quick choices, and that's helping your body and nourishing it for the next show, because you're on the road, and but you have people that are like positive and loving, and my team was everything to me. I mean, thank God my husband, he was there with me too, and it just really helped, because I missed the babies, and if he wasn't there, it would have been would have been hard. I mean, if I wasn't married, it's cool, but the fact that I know I'm married and I'm leaving my kids and my husband somewhere, and I'm just like, I miss them.
That's got to
But
be the hardest thing, hey?
it's the hardest thing, but I knew they would be proud of me, and I missed a lot of their school activities and stuff. I was gone for a month and a half. But this year I made up for it. I went to all their field trips, and my son was like, Mommy, you're the best mom. I love you so much. Like, when they tell me these things, it's like nothing else matters in the world. You know what? Everything else.
Melts your heart right there,
It really does. But that was probably one of the hardest thing I did. I have so much respect for artists, so much for any artist that's out there that's making it, that's already made it. This industry is so hard. It's so tough, and it takes a lot out of you. And when you're on the camera, it's almost like the camera is sucking the energy, and like, it's sucking because you're just performing and you're giving all your energy into the camera. It's like taking that energy. So, and it's rewarding. I feel so blessed, but it's also like very hard. You have to have a very strong mental capacity, and you have to be strong-willed and just be laser focused and just know why you're doing it, and do it for the right reasons. Don't ever do it for fame. Don't ever do it for money. Don't ever do it because any other reason. I'm so blessed that I don't have to do it for any of those, because I'm already famous with my family and I already, the abundance keeps overflowing, and I'm blessed with that, because I'm not doing this to become like, well, we want to make it into a business, but a lot of people don't have the money, and then they become really wealthy because of and I already had all of that. I'm so blessed, and thank you, God. I'm grateful, and whatever comes out of it, it's up to God. I would say, God, you're the driver. I'm just like following your lead. I'm doing what I can in my power to make this happen, and that's pretty much it. Just be very strong. Just kept laser focused. And you can do anything you put your mind into. Don't ever let anybody say, well, there's so many people already doing it. And, oh, you're going to be a singer. Like, why? Like, don't. Because the world needs your story. The world needs your voice. And one bird doesn't, just because this bird sings and it's beautiful, there's so many other female singers, but they all sound beautiful. But there's other birds that sound beautiful too. So it's just, music is music, and everybody has a different story. And you just have to honor that and respect it, and just enjoy the music, and
you have a beautiful story.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for taking time. And I
was going to say thank you for taking the time today too. Like,
I really love Canada. Canada is really, it's such a beautiful country. You guys are just so nice, and every time I've been there, I had such a great time, and just beautiful people there, and I cannot wait to come and perform out there too one day. So, and I actually have people in Vancouver, and I wanted to come out there and hang out as well. So hopefully we'll get to come. My friend Heather Cavill, she's out there, and I keep telling her, I'm gonna come and see you, and so yeah.
Right. Well, maybe one of these days you will. Where are you most active on social media? Like, if you want people to follow you, where would you like them to follow you?
I think Instagram is a great place, and we're everywhere. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Shab Music Official, and same with Instagram and Facebook, Shab Music Official, and then Twitter. Twitter I'm not as much on, but they do post everything.
Kind of got to be everywhere, I guess, eh?
And then TikTok too, but whatever support I can get, I really appreciate it. And look, it's 11/11 too. See?
I know, make a wish.
Same one, he knows what it is. I would say the same one. He knows.
All right, well, thanks again for jumping on the Zoom today, Shab. And I guess we'll see you online. Have a great day.
I had so much fun talking with you. The album is coming out, I think, in February or March. If you want, after the album comes out, would love to chat with you again. So
yeah, sounds great. I'll keep in touch.